Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali, this is a disturbing share to put before you. And I thank you, beloved D. Morgan, who put this story in front of me, because otherwise I would have never heard about it. I'm focused on writing and being dedicated to not being distracted. But this tragedy is so disturbing, and because of the level of violence that was exacted against this young lady, that I just am compelled to put a halt to my excellent progress. But still, this young lady, I do believe, was only 23. I'm gonna say Sade as opposed to Sadie for her name. Sade Robinson. She's 19. God damn. God damn. This is a photo of her. When I see a lot of makeup, I tend to not just automatically say, oh, this person's beautiful, because no, the makeup makes it hard to determine if that really is what you look like, or you're using different little shading and tricks and all sorts of stuff to make yourself seem more attractive. From this photo, yeah, my first impression is, I guess she's attractive. But as I say, I prefer this. This is natural, what she looks like without makeup. And she was a very beautiful young lady whom this cretin killed. When I look... There's so many different stories about what happened between these two, and I wanted to make sure I presented this as factually as possible. And so the person who shared the story with me hinted that she met this person on a racist dating app, and he was, I'm not quoting what they said, but the intent was that this was just an overt KKK or, white supremacy type of dude. I didn't find any evidence thereof, but we know that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter a goddamn bit. And so what we're talking about is a mentality that makes you automatically assume that white people are better, are safer to be around, so you'll overspend, just blow the budget all to pieces for life to purchase a home or rent an apartment in a diverse neighborhood at the best, or at the worst in a thoroughly white neighborhood. And so many stories of the tragedies that happen to not only the grown-up who moves into these neighborhoods, but their children, who then assume it's okay. I could ring this doorbell just as easily as I could ring any other. And no, you can't. No, you can't. And so looking at how, oh my God, I don't know. Well, how do I get out of here? Okay, forgive me for, I got to figure out how to get out of that chat. It's driving me crazy. It pops up every place. And for me, if you want to message me on Instagram or whatever, on Facebook, is just the radiation for me. If it's about just regular stuff, unless it's something so horrific, with body parts scattered all over the county, then it's not going to get my attention right now. In the future, yes, but I'm just saying, the merry-go-round of oppression porn, I'm off that. I'm done with that. I want to examine what's happening to us on a functional level, not on a, oh my God, this is so terrible what's happening all the time. It's terrible. What are we going to do about it? Right? What are we going to do? That's what the whole thing is. And so for me, it's exposing who these people really are. They've killed the daggone ocean. Obviously, they're hiding it. And when you are that vile that you will impact every single nation on the planet because people eat seafood. As a matter of fact, they went to a restaurant, very first date, called Twisted Seafood. I don't know if the dude, I'm sure most people are clueless. All right. But I'm just saying, in terms of, I want to dispel this notion that we're the worst people on the planet, because no, we're not. I've just been looking at documentaries about how truly horrendous Korea is to its own people. There's a reason why there's books out there. You can look them up. I Hate Korea, written by Koreans. When there was that giant just mauling in a narrow street where people were literally crushed to death. I can't imagine where you might get just a little parcel of air for a second before you were crushed even further to the point where you could no longer breathe. And it was like 130 or more people who were crushed to death. And the stories that came out, the witnessing that came out, was people admitting Koreans hate other Koreans. When you watch what's going on up in there, you're like, okay, I can see why you would hate your own, right? But this is just to say that in Korea, you can't just retire and you're going to have a pension or a social security or something like that. And so most Koreans, as they retire, if they were lucky enough to have any kind of job, they don't have enough savings because the daggone place is so expensive. They say, I'm going to open up a little business. There are more chicken shack restaurants, fried chicken at that, restaurants in South Korea than there are McDonald's restaurants all over the planet. Do you see how tiny South Korea is? But no, when it comes to black us, they make jokes about how, bring out the fried chicken, bring out the watermelon. We are the only race targeted so viciously for defaming, for maligning. That is because we are the chosen people. And they know when we stop hating ourselves and snap out of it, their day is done. Because we're just not going to be interested. And we would look and notice, good Lord, this dude is ugly. What would you ever want with somebody as ugly as this? And to go out alone, you got to look up all the places white people go and murder their families, everybody. The measure is not that black you and me have to be perfect. That's another brainwashing strategy that they've used so that what about black on black crime? Oh, Boeing. It's the reason why all the planes are falling down, and then they start blaming diversity hiring, and they mean black us. When no, there's hundreds and hundreds, and most people die from private plane crashes, and most of them private planes are not built by Boeing. All right? And so these people have infested us with a mindset, with a lie. It's just a daggone lie. And also, many of us are snapping out of it, so we love being who we were made to be. The Procyon Loters look real stupid right now. Right? I don't want to say any ones in particular, but I'm thinking of the one who, unfortunately, his biracial daughter has a brain tumor. And these Procyon Loters are such suck-ups to whiteism that they're going and getting all the usual cancer treatments, and they're not going to work. They're not going to work. Right? In the meantime, oh my goodness, they got a lot of us beholden because we're not thinking through this attack. Eating that sea moss like it's a cure-all, and it's not. It's saturated with radiation. You cannot even have it on your counter in your home. I'm saying all of this because it's all connected to recognizing that these people have a propensity, a predilection. I don't know if those are the right words, but I'm using them. They have a nature that is predatorial. All of them? No. But to make an assumption that you can't figure out your own blackness and the beauty of it, so you want to reproduce it. You can't look at Meghan Markle and her mom and see that her mom is just like gone, gone, gone. I can't even remember her name anymore. I used to remember her name, but now I don't care. And she never cared about her name to begin with, because she just disappeared. They keep bringing up Meghan's family members, all the white ones. Where's her black family? They don't exist anymore. They've just disappeared. I wouldn't be surprised if they're spread further out in pieces all around the world than this terribly confused young lady was. I don't mean to make fun of that. That's horrible. Don't gloat. Don't gloat. That's what they want. They want us to get as gory as they are. That's their problem. That's not us. That's not who we are. As I said, the measure is not that we have to be perfect. They have to be in order to control the narrative the way they do. So they're pushing this interracialism ad nauseum. You can't get a government position or a power position as a black woman unless you are a lesbian, and you still have to be hooked up with a Becky. Or you are married to one of these, I was about to use an insulting term, but just insulting the rapist or the predator mimic does not turn you into a rapist or predator mimic. I'm just saying. Okay? When I look at the complete disparity between, even with all the makeup on, so you can't really tell what she looked like, but, oh my God, on eyeball impact, that's painful to look at. That is just disheveled and gross, and, oh, there's so much. He had, 6 foot deep pit he built in his backyard. His friend reported on, and he was saying that he was like all kinds of just weird. You get that with them. As I was saying, this is like murder, murder, murder. I'm not saying all white people murder. I'm saying they would have to be perfect to warrant just an blind faith that somehow you can tell, oh, this one's going to be nice. That one's going to be, when you can't even tell how amazing you as a black person are. How are you going to have a presence of mind to just automatically just bow down to them? Right? That's all I want to say. I can't say no Ashe, because this is swirling yourself to non-existence, whatever form you take, even if you're with one of these dudes and somehow another, because you are so subservient to them, it manages to survive. You aren't. Your children don't want anything to do with you because you didn't want anything to do with yourself. It's that plain, it's that simple. Whew. Go on over the 25,000 year cycle where we work with you to help you experience the best that you were made to be. It's that simple, right? You will love meeting the creation that Allah has planned for you. All right. Peace and blessings. I love you. I'll be back in a couple days because there's always more to talk about in this pit. Straight black pride. And we are on the road to forever.